Got some interesting statistical trends in this one. Last three games, Wake Forest, totally different from the rest of their season.
Yeah, I mean they're playing really well at quarterback. I think they're one of those teams that finished with a lot of momentum last year, and they had a lot of changes on defense. They lost their coordinator, lost their linebacker coach, and they're in a new system, and so they're going through that, which is hard when you have those changes. I'm really impressed with them. I mean, I think they've done a great job. I think every year we've played against Wake, their quarterbacks have had injuries, and whether it was Hinton getting injured or John getting injured, and he's healthy, he's playing really well, his receivers are playing well, his offensive line's protecting him, so they have a potent offense, and scored 40 points in the second half last week, so we got to execute.
I think both programs show what happens when you have a lot of redshirt juniors, a lot of fifth-year seniors, a lot of regular seniors.
Yeah, I think when you're allowed to develop players and you have guys that stick to it, which both programs have shown, you can't replace experience. I mean, you got guys with 3 and 4 years playing time that have learned through battle how to do things and how to overcome adversity, and you're seeing success in both programs because of that.
You guys always want to stop the run first, but you see the difference when Matt Coburn rushes for over 130 yards and when they don't have somebody who does that.
Well, I had 700 yards. I mean, 700 yards. So
that's 3 games.
I mean, that was just part of the deal. I mean, you can't let them be in a rhythm and be balanced, and you got to stop the run, but you got to stop their pass game. You got to stop the quarterback run game. There's a lot going on over there. We got to play really well. Offensively, we got to score. We got to get touchdowns. We got to possess the football. We got to keep it on third down. We got to play really well in special teams. We got to create takeaways on defense and take care of the football on offense. All those things will put us in position to be where we want to be, but we have to execute.
Big T healthy?
He is. He is.
Everybody else healthy?
I mean, for this time of year, I think we're pretty good.
Healthy.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've got guys nicked up at certain places, but we're better than we were going into Clemson.
You got the state. I think the perception is it was Clemson and Florida State within the Atlantic and Louisville. Now it seems like the Atlantic is just a meat grinder, thick and thin. How is that conference, how's that division grown since you've been at state?
Well, I think first there's really good coaching staffs at all the schools on our side of the division, and I'm not saying the others doesn't. We just don't play against them, so I'm not studying them the same way. The Atlantic Division, you got 7 teams that week in and week out, you got to show up. Obviously Syracuse upset Clemson, and they've been hard to beat, every week. Boston College is a really good football team, and Wake, has 6 wins. They're bowl eligible already, and the other teams are always full of really good players, so it's a great division. It's got great coaches, and the players that are in it are competitive.
Do you find that kids and coaches embrace that as opposed to wanting to dodge it, say, well, maybe I'd want to go somewhere where it isn't as hard?
We don't recruit guys like that.
Yeah.
So we're looking for kids that want to compete against the best players in the country week in and week out and develop themselves into teams that can beat them.
Is that good, guys?